scholarship. After they finish with their programs, they remain there, work for them, and if they are on retirement, they come to rest in Ghana. Why wouldn't they stay or come down after enjoying that opportunity, after having access to that Western education, come down to help our countries with it? Well, sometimes too, people may argue that the system, internal system, might be preventing these people from coming to work. First of all, taking into consideration
the
salary, other remunerations, the provision of other resources or equipment that will be needed for the person to operate effectively or work effectively. Good. But then, what is our focus when it comes to our economic policies?
In maybe trying to bring back these people in their own countries.
What is our focus in making policies to provide resources, build industries that will be able to manufacture our raw materials, that will be able to enable these people come down to work for us? There are instances where we spend huge sums of money on unnecessary activities. We see African leaders going for UN summits and they come home with nothing. You see, they go for negotiations. At the end of the day, what is their stand on the negotiation table? When you go to the negotiation table with an empty hand, what do you expect to get back home? Nothing.
Empty.
They only go with the promise of what? Giving out our raw materials to them. Is that not it? And they come to exploit us. France has done a great disservice to the Francophone countries. Niger, Burkina Faso, Mali,
the rest of
Chad, and Co.
Senegal is one of them, I think.
Senegal is one of them. Okay. Why should France be managing the finance of its colonies till now? Is that not evil?
Is this freedom?
So based on this, we can still say that France is still directly colonizing its colonies because they are controlling its finances. The alliance the colonies would have to form with other powers, other people would have to be determined by France. Why should it be so? Recently, Mali has cancelled some of these things that I would like us to look at.
Yes.
Mali has decided to cancel every deal with France,
including the bank control.
Good.
The finance control.
Yes, including the finance control. Which I'm very much happy to hear.
And can they survive?
Why can't they survive?
Wow. Wow.
Why can't they survive?
Wow.
They can survive.
Okay. You are welcome to Campbell Royal Tree, the best hotel in Winneba, close to Winneba Junction and direct opposite the Well Filling Station. Among some of the facilities Campbell Royal Tree offers its clients and customers include: number one, we have a serene swimming pool where you can relax your body at any time, swim at any time, any day at affordable prices. In fact, you can come here 24/7. We operate all time. We there for you. Campbell Royal Treat is having an event center where we host every type of event. Any event you want, whether birthday party, weddings, any event at all, we can give you the best facility to host your event that you want to host. Cambo Royal Treat is having a gym center where you can gym your body at any time, morning, evening, afternoon, any time at all you feel. And we also have a kitchen where we offer both local and foreign dishes. Any type of food you want, just come to Cambo Royal Treat and we will give it to you at very affordable prices. We also have a clinic attached to the hotel where in case of any emergency or any other time you can go there for the services at very subsidized prices. We've reduced the prices drastically just to favor our customers. Call the contact, the numbers on this list. So let's
You see, the colonies of France are not developing because France is not ready to help them grow. Okay? How can these people save about 85% of their economic reserves to France? How? And you expect them to grow?
What of
they won't grow.
The Mali cancellation of their deals,
yes.
all their deals
so
with
you see
France,
there were 11 agreements with France since independence.
11 agreements?
Yes.
11 countries
11 agreements
between France
France and its 14 colonies.
Okay.
So France decided to cancel hers. So since 1960, this pact of continuation of colonization in francophone countries or colonies is still in existence. And one of these agreements is the colonial debt to repay the benefits of colonization.
To repay the benefits?
To repay the benefits of colonization.
No, I don't understand. This English is good.
So France is making its colonies to pay for the infrastructures they have built in the colonies.
The benefits of colonization. How do you come and steal something from my home and you run away and leave your sandals?
You see, they do not see it as stealing.
Then you ask me to pay for the sandals you left in
They
my house.
do not see it as stealing.
What?
You see, these Western or European countries are dealing with Africa rationally.
Is this
so before they have any deal with us, before they come into contact with us, they have already decided on what they want to do with us.
They've planned how
everything.
to manipulate your mind.
So they are acting, or they are living or having their engagement with us based on rational grounds.
They are snipers.
So that is to say that the newly independent state must reinvest the cost of infrastructures built by France during the colonization. Let's say for instance in the case of Ghana. The castles built, the senior high schools and other institutions built by the Europeans.
Did they build any university in Ghana before leaving? I don't believe so.
No.
They didn't build any university.
I don't believe that.
Yeah.
So so assuming Ghana should be or were to be a francophone country, we would have also been paying for all the benefits we have enjoyed during the colonial era.
You call this benefits?
And they call them benefits. They think that they have done a great job for us by building the infrastructures to those countries.
So the road that you used to, you constructed to import slaves or to transport slaves, that road I have to pay for it. For carrying my grandfather away, I have to pay for that.
You see, what
nonsense?
When Britain was colonizing Ghana and others through the indirect rule system, where they were using our local authorities and institutions to rule us. The French or France were using direct system.
Direct rule.
They were controlling everything.
Buga buga.
They were even forcing the people to learn their language, giving scholarship to people that were able to learn their language to even study abroad and work in their institutions. Assimilation. When are we expecting this evil thing they are doing to Africa to stop?
So let's take it this way.
So
let's take it this way.
They had 11 agreements. We'll go through these 11 agreements.
Okay.
To know how these French colonies are suffering from their colonial master France. And that it is time for ECOWAS, AU, to look at the kind of difficulties these countries have been subjected to.
They are so-called neighbors. You go and sit down with someone who cannot sleep in the night.
Why?
Then you finish.
You see. Why are they
can't.
not trying to take into consideration the suffering, the struggle of these countries, of their neighboring countries? If we are together for a common purpose, then we need to take the interests of our member states into consideration as well.
The ECOWAS is not relevant. Like, let's go
to
the
the second agreement was the automatic confiscation.
Let's restart so that we know it very well. The
Good.
first agreement is what?
The first agreement is the colonial debt to repay the benefit of colonization.
Okay, second agreement.
The second agreement is
it is an agreement.
It is an agreement.
It's not a hidden information.
It is a fact. It's not a hidden information. Everybody can go and search for the pact of continuation of colonization of French colonies.
Let's carry on. Second agreement.
Second agreement was the automatic confiscation of national financial reserves.
What is that supposed to mean?
Good. That is to say that African countries must deposit their financial reserves with the Banque de France.
Banque de France.
Banque de France.
The central bank.
The central bank of France. They have to deposit their financial reserves there. So they are supervising. They want to supervise the financial activities and everything of their French colonies. France has been guarding the finance reserve of 14 African countries since 1961. Benin, Burkina Faso, Guinea-Bissau, Ivory Coast, Mali, Senegal, Niger, Togo, Cameroon, Central African Republic,
France will
Chad,
never be
Congo, Brazzaville, Equatorial Guinea, and Gabon.
France will never be poor.
See the number of countries France is doing. So based on this, we can say authoritatively that France is rich. France is who she is now because of its colonies.
Through exploitation.
Should all the colonies break this agreement or ties with France, France will become the poorest country in the world. Yes.
Wow.
Take a look at Congo.
Democratic Republic of Congo.
The Democratic Republic of Congo.
Are they practicing democracy? Hey! Africa,
You see, Africa, we are lying to ourselves to love democracy, to embrace democracy.
I don't even see the democracy we are practicing.
Why is Britain still using or practicing monarchical system?
Because that's the best way out.
And making us embrace democracy.
They want to make us fools.
Eh?
Hey!
So when you see this kind of evil that France is doing to Niger and other francophone countries, See the kind of financial and economic discrepancies France is causing. So I can say that the economic hardship these francophone countries are experiencing is
from France.
Why should the economic activities, the financial activities of France be controlled by the finance minister of foreign affairs from France?
Third agreement.
The third agreement. The third agreement. The right of first refusal on any raw or natural resources discovered in the country.
The what?
The right of first refusal on any raw or natural resource discovered in the country.
Explain that to us.
This one is very simple. What France seeks is that whenever they discover any raw material or resources,
the francophones discover any raw material.
Whenever France discover any resource or raw material in their colonies, they shouldn't be prevented from having access to it, from buying it. At the first instance, they shouldn't be denied the opportunity
to buy
of
it,
having access to that particular raw material or resources discovered.
Really? So all the gold,
and
all the
for
whatever,
this while,
whatever.
and for this number of years since independence, France has been using this opportunity to enjoy the raw materials of her colonies.
Okay, let's proceed. I have a very nice question to ask on this, but let's proceed.
Good. So, the fourth agreement: priority to French interests and companies in the public procurement and public tenders. In the awarding of public contracts, French companies have priority over tenders.
Wow.
Even if African countries can get better value for money elsewhere. So whenever they want to award contracts, they will have to consider companies in France first,
before African companies,
before any other company. As a result, in most of the former colonies, all the economic levers of the countries are in the hands of French expatriates. When they travel to Africa, we call them tourists. Is that not how we call them? When they come to Africa, we call them tourists. But when Africans go, they call us out.
Is it foreigners?
Foreigners, refugees, foreigners. They
call us
refugees. When they come to do business with us, we call them expatriates.
Yes.
But when we go for business, or when we go for any assistance, they call us beggars. Is that not it? Yes. They can call us beggars because we have lost our value. We have not identified ourselves to be richer than them. If they think Africa is poor and that they want to make us rich, why won't they allow or give our resources back? Why won't they stop exploiting our resources? The day all colonies of these Western countries will decide to cancel every agreement they have with these Western countries or colonizers. In fact, European countries will lose their recognition.
The world will turn around.
They will lose their prestige, national prestige. During the Second World War, that was fought. Let us not forget that African soldiers participated in that war. And that was when African soldiers got to know that the whites were not angels or gods, because they shoot at them and they also died. France never recognized the military might of Mali. Okay, during the Second World War. But when it comes to forming alliance, they have to what? They have to come into an agreement, a security agreement with France, preventing them from forming alliance with other Western blocs, or even purchasing weapons from other countries. France have to determine that. What? So where lies the sovereignty of these Francophone countries? That is what AU and ECOWAS need to be asking themselves. Africa is making a step, okay, to start producing African products, to start opening up markets in Africa for all Africans to have free access to. Okay, through the AFTA. The AFTA was initiated 2012, right? And it starts its operation effectively 2021, 2022. Is that not it?
Yes.
So if we are able to come together and ensure that there is no restriction on transportation of goods and services or the transaction of business between African countries, we will start experiencing rapid development in Africa. Let's look at some other ways these Western countries interfere in the affairs of Africa.
I wanted us to
finish with this.
Finish with
Good.
the 11.
So with the fifth one. So now let's look at other things that the France control from the Francophone countries,
Yes.
especially in Mali. As a result, in most of the former colonies, all the economic levers of the countries are in the hands of the French expatriates. In Côte d'Ivoire, for example, French companies own and control all major public services, including water, electricity, telephone, air transport, ports, and major banks. It is the same in trade, construction, and agriculture. So it means that France is controlling almost
economy.
Everything.
That's the economy.
The well-being,
These are the heart of the
everything
economy.
about its colonies.
These are the heart of the economy. Wow.
So how do you expect these people to survive economically? Why are we not looking at these things that France is doing to its colonies? Have you ever heard CNN or BBC mentioning this?
Never.
They will never make mention of it. France is is one of the superpowers in the world. France is part of NATO. Is that not it? France is part of UN. If one of the purposes or the advocacy of UN is to improve on human rights and prevent abuses, why are they refusing to restrict France from doing what it's doing now?
Colonies.
I can say
After
on
the
authority that
so-called
France is leading
in human rights abuse.
In human rights abuse. France is underscoring peace in most of the countries. I can say that what is happening in Francophone countries, the upheavals, the political upheavals, the coup d'etats,
almost all these coup d'etats,
everything, all disagreements, the wars happening, is the doing of France. Why? Why is CNN not broadcasting this? Why is BBC keeping quiet on this? Why do they always trying to paint themselves to be right, to be an angel,
when they are not,
and tagging Africans to be poor, to be evil? Is what France doing not more than evil?
Yeah.
These were the same people that came to Africa with religion. These were the same people that came to Africa to introduce us to Christianity and told us that Christianity is about peace, salvation, redemption,
the truth, justice and all
that. And see these people still maltreating us. These same people. So it is time for Africa to rise, to identify our values, protect them, and grow in our own way.
And do you think it's still possible?
It's still possible.
We've accepted all the deceits that they.
You see, what we need to do. One of the major reasons why some people are saying that the United Africa cannot be achieved is because we do not know each other. They claim we do not know each other.
And we've accepted it.
Because of our diversity in language and other things. But it is our diversity that makes us who we are. Are you getting it? As Africans. Africans can get to know each other best through the free trade when we eliminate all borders, all barriers in the economic aspect, trade, mobility of human and products, goods and services, get to interact with each other through trade, we will begin to know each other very well. And that can lead us to what? To embark on the United African agenda and achieve it. When we begin to transact business together, we will be able to do that.
There will be the need for us to even
unify
our currency.
Exactly. When we have a unified currency using, you see, European countries are able to take over Africa because they have dollarized our economy, our industries. They have dollarized our industries. If you have to buy something outside or even sell your raw materials in the international market, you would have to exchange
your currency with dollar.
With dollar.
Why?
And that is making them rich.
Wow. Let me ask this question before you continue with the agreements. With our ECOWAS, especially our ECOWAS leaders, you know, they are aware of all these things that we are discussing here.
Yes.
Is it, you mentioned fear. I want us to put fear aside. Aside the fear,
yes.
Is it that they are incompetent, like they know the problem that this is what we are supposed to do to succeed? Is it that they don't know the plans that they can put in place to achieve what need to be done? Or they know the plans they can put in place, but after executing the plans, they feel they will lose their parochial interest?
You see, one thing that is preventing Africa, some African leaders.
I don't even see the relevance of some. Just say African leaders, because we don't see any difference.
Of African leaders,
we don't see any difference.
Is that most of them, we lack vision. And most of the African leaders focus on election, how to win election, rather than meeting the basic needs of the people.
They want to break the AIDS.
You see, they focus, all their focus is from election to election. But how honestly they should serve the interests of the people and meet their basic demands, they lack that. All focus is on how to win election. How to win election. From election to election. Election to election. So if the person is having a good policy that he or she needs to implement in power to liberate the people, to provide the basic need of the people, he is afraid of losing the interest or the popularity before some other people. He is afraid of losing political power if he should take a bold step to change the narrative. These are some of the things preventing Africa from going, because our leaders are only focusing on winning election. Are they really leading Africa in honesty?
That's the question there.
Leadership is all about honesty. It's all about meeting the basic needs of the people. So if we are not leading the people in honesty, if we are not able to meet the basic needs of the people, then what is the essence of practicing democracy?
It's useless.
Then it's useless. Because in democracy, the wills of the people must be supreme. The people need to form the integral part of decision making. But whenever decision is being made, the people are not considered. The wills of the people are not taken into consideration. The decision of the people are not followed. That is where you see political leaders trying to entice the people to vote for them with these material needs a day before election or on the days of election days.
They are interested in the power.
If you think you have served the people enough, and you think that they've really identified your service to them, your good service to them,
you don't need to bribe them.
You don't need to bribe them.
Wow.
You don't need to try to even entice them with anything, material thing, that will even perish within 24 or 25 hours. Or 48 hours. Something that cannot sustain them for their entire lives. You don't need to provide them with such things in order to win their vote. Immediately you begin to do that, it means that you are buying the interests of the people. You are not ready to serve the interests of the people. At the end of the day, you find ways and means to get back the expenditure you have made on those things.
So in this case, should we, give some of the blames to the electors for, sometimes always buy into the idea of, give me something and I'll vote for you.
Do you know some of the reasons why democracy is not thriving well in Africa?
No. Tell us.
First of all, it's our traditional system.
Traditional
system.
If you say
our traditional system of governance. Okay. Africans are used to the chieftaincy system, the traditional system of governance, where we have a leader, a single leader, leading us, controlling our affairs. Okay? Africans are used to that. We are not used to change of leadership or change of government, change in leadership. African is not used to that. So our chieftaincy system is making it difficult for people to take in or fully accept democracy. Second is that most of the people are not aware of the benefits of democracy. Illiteracy. Most of them do not have much education on the principles of democracy, the benefits of democracy, the weaknesses of democracy. So they find it difficult to understand this relevance of democracy. So even if you are cheating them, some people find it difficult to realize that you are cheating them. All in the name of democracy.
Some feel like, democracy is all about when they come to give you some things during campaign, then you vote for them, they go back and come back and things.
You see, democracy is not all about voting. It's not all about election. It goes beyond that. That is why some people are still fighting against Western democracy in Africa.
And do you think it's a good idea on the part of the rest of the world to impose democracy on us. I don't want to say they've imposed, because this is not something that we are used to. So is it correct on their part, looking at the changes in the system, how the world is moving? Would it have been good if we were before without democracy, or it is good on their part to impose democracy on us?
When Muammar Gaddafi was in power in Libya, how was Libya at that time?
Very fantastic. I wasn't so much into, I was not grown up at that time.
Gaddafi was a military ruler. Some people call him a dictator. Okay, he ruled for several years. Gaddafi was able to transform the economy of Libya. Libya was known for oil. Okay, Libya produces oil. The livelihood of Libyans was very fantastic under the governance of Gaddafi. But because in the